So I got my, it's a 2007 Dodge Ram 2500. It's 3/4 ton, 4-wheel drive. And again, it's a 2007. I'm doing this video because I like to look online to see, get little tips from guys and things they ran into when they start projects like this. But I didn't see anything for my truck, not the 2007 anyway. So I got the Skyjacker 7213 was the model number on it. That's the one that goes to this truck, and it's the dual steering stabilizer kit. Now, I only had really a couple of issues. You know, it wasn't that hard to install, but I thought I would show you the things that I ran into. First of all, this middle bracket right here. Now on the instructions it shows right here, oh, you can see that, but you can see this bolt that goes through. That's totally different than what I have. I don't have that bolt that goes through. I've got on the back of the original stock bracket, which is this. You know, it went onto the back of the drag link, or the tie rod assembly, whatever you want to call it. This bolt went onto the back, and this nut here and this bolt are what went in, you know, to the back of this shock. And then the other end of this shock, of course, went to the passenger side over here. It was just a single. That's what the trucks come with as a stabilizer. Like I said, the instructions, what it shows is right here, probably about right here, there would have been a bolt going through here and coming out the bottom, going through the shock on the back, and then going up to where this new bracket goes. So, and it talks in the instructions about insert sleeve into original OEM bracket, and that's what it means. It's saying to put this sleeve through. It gives you a bolt, you know, it gives you a nice bolt with a nylon lock nut, and you put that sleeve in there to hold it tight, and it would actually go through. There's a hole on the back of this that it would have went through. So actually it would have been right here. It would have been right here. You can see that. It would have went through and then bolted on the bottom. Now that would have given you some extra strength for this bracket. Because right now, as it sits, all that's really holding that bracket there is those two U-bolts. I didn't use the U-bolts that came with this kit because they were a lot thinner. I used the ones that came on this bracket here. The stock Mopar stuff, and they're a lot thicker. They're heavy duty, and besides that, those other ones that came with this wouldn't go around the shaft at all. If I would have tried to hammer them over, it would just strip those threads, you know, on the bottom. So, but I like these much better, and I put some Loctite, you know, on the back side where the nuts are at. The brackets, you get 3 of them. And that's how that goes. The instructions you can't see very good. The pictures are a little blurry. And on this side on the back it's stamped PB, you know, for passenger side bracket. And what I did, because you have to drill holes. You have to drill, you see, you can see that. On the bottom there, those two nuts, those two bolts, I should say, you have to drill the holes for that, and it's 3/8. And it does say that in the instructions, you know. So you drill those holes, and that's not a problem. and all that lines up pretty well. That top one, that hole's there already. Yeah, this one right here, that hole's already there. And that's in the center of that, on the back here, is where you put the little sleeve. It comes with a spacer. Let's see if I can show you. See that spacer right there? It comes with that. So that's actually a side view of it. It comes with that spacer to hold everything tight, you know. It makes it pretty much one piece. Keep it from bending. But that's where that bracket goes, and that's how that goes on. The back side of this, I don't think we're going to be able to see that. Let me see. The driver's side, you know, same thing, that top. Now that top one, on the instructions it shows this, it shows the head of the bolt being on this side and this nut being on the inside. I couldn't, there's no way to get a wrench in there. You can't get a socket, you can't get anything up in there. So I just flipped it around and I stuck the head of the bolt on the inside of here and then put this nylon lock nut on the outside. The bottom is the same as far as drilling those holes. It's 3/8 and it gives you the bolts and the nylon lock nuts and washers and stuff. So that's, let's see if I can get a side view of that. That's how that one goes. Like that. It bolts up like so. And then the middle one, like I said, you know, the only concern I have is that I wish I would have had the other style that had the bolt that went through here, because then that would go through and that would ensure that this bracket could not slide from, you know, from left to right. This little piece in here, it is kind of flattened out a little bit, and these U-bolts can't slide up to here because this is a lot rounder, and these won't, these can't slide over that. But if there ever was an issue, you know, I would just go to the back side here, on the back where you can't see it, and maybe just run a little bead on each side, you know, and I'd do the same, you know, on this side too, you know, like a little 3/8 inch long, just a little bead, just kind of hold it in place. But I don't think I'll have an issue. But other than that, you know, that's how these go together. Just because, like I said, the instructions don't show you too clearly how everything goes in place, and there are parts of it that are vague. Now, the other thing with my truck, these here, you know, this sleeve here is what, that's how you adjust your alignment. Now these brackets here, they were facing down. These two bottom, see these two nubs here and these two, they were facing directly down. So when I went to put this in, it was hitting. I couldn't do it. So I just had to loosen these up, and you can twist these. That's what I did. I twisted them so they're facing up now. Before, these were facing directly toward the front. You know, so it'd be easy, you know, to run your impact onto it that way. But you can still get your impact onto it this way, and that's a 5/8, a 15 millimeter deep socket. The stuff on the truck was metric. The stuff with Skyjacker was SAE, which is a Dodge, man, American made. It should all be SAE, but you know, it's not. So there was some 11/16, some 9/16, and 3/4 with the Skyjacker stuff, and then 15 millimeter, and I think it was 17 millimeter on the truck itself. But anyway, I hope that helps. You know, it looks pretty cool. So I'm gonna take it on the highway you know, and see what it does. Hope this helps somebody out. Thanks.